Sup my dudes, Val here, and today I'm going to be talking about the new event, and by the title of the video you guys can probably see where this is going. Anybody who was on my stream knows exactly what I'm about to say, what I mean. Basically the new event, I don't recommend grinding yet. I do say there's some good stuff with it. I'll be going through it eventually, but first let me just cover this. I'll get into more detail in a bit after I go over the update log. It's just right now the drops are just too few. They're too scarce. It's too hard to get multis for it, and it takes too long. It takes me on average about 3 hours per LR pity. So unless you believe you have really good luck, I'm sure everybody in the comments is going to tell me about how they got the secret pool the very first try. Good for you, but unless you have really good luck, I recommend waiting. I'll go into more detail in a bit, but first I want to talk about the update logs and what else new. So first up is the Valentine's event. I actually really like this event. This is supposed to be a mini update, but this is actually the biggest grind this game has ever added. So this is going to be a little bit painful for me in the end, but there's some really cool skins with this, as well as Chica. She's their secret rare. Doesn't say on here, but they did add Chica as a secret rare. But then there's buffs and nerfs. I do want to talk about these. I'll give you guys a TLDR in this video, because this video is going to be like a general what's in the update, and also hopefully a little cry for help, so you know people know not to grind this until the chocolate drop rates get buffed. But here you can see they buffed Sungjin Woo overall. I've tested it. I'm going to make a video on it. He is actually worthy of his MR status now. He's pretty good. I don't think he's a top 10 unit in the game still, but I do think he's very strong, which is good because there is a setup that he has that I think is really good that I want to talk about, and I'll talk about it in a later video. They nerfed Megami's raise attack. They like the Maharaga's raise attack per wave, and they increased the cost, or not increased, but reduced the cost back to its original state of 450k to get Maharaga out. This kind of kills him from leaderboard meta, but it lets the people who are using him in progressive modes go ahead and use him again. So basically they made it so you can't have the best of both worlds. They don't want you to be able to use a unit that's really strong in leaderboards and be able to use him in progressive mode. So now it's back to the way it was. Increase UR++ Pistol Friendo. Cost a bit. I tested this. It's about a 13k increase. Not a big deal. I'll go over these more in depth in a video. And then a big one for a lot of people wondering how I'm going to feel about it. Nerf LR Father of Humanity base attack. And they also, one thing they didn't put on here is the fact that they made it so his toggle passive now isn't till upgrade 9, I believe, is whenever you unlock his ability to grab other abilities, which I believe is fine. Whenever you get full AoE is whenever you unlock it. That's the only time you really cared about it anyways, was whenever you hit full AoE. So that's perfectly fine. All of this is fine. I'm gonna be real, Adam's still, I would say Adam is either tied for the first or second best unit in the game still. Because I do believe this nerf, it's a very significant nerf. It hit him for about like 600k attack whenever I plugged in the idol buff and the hero buff from All Might. It hit him for about 600k attack, and then, like I said, there's also the lock on the passes. It makes it so Adam is definitely scaled back a good bit. Raise attack is no longer as effective on him, and it makes it very, like, a little bit harder to actually get him to that crazy degree that he was. But I still think he's a very strong unit because of his adaptability, so I think he's still, like, second best unit in the game now. Gilgamesh is arguably better. Like, it's a really close conversation between the two now. Gilgamesh is, as you guys know, he can reach an 8 to 10 million attack stat as well as a super cheap nuke, and he's full AoE. Very strong unit. Nerf Sukuna a bit. I haven't tested this one, but people that have tried it have told me it's not really a big deal. They don't really notice the difference between Sukuna before and now. Flame now can do a dot every hit. I've tested this. This is kind of not really anything. What this means is that just you're able to apply flame initially more consistently, which I did notice. But as far as stacking goes, because can do stack only first hit, it looked the exact same. I'm going to be honest with you. You were basically, it looked the exact same as before, because you would just have one stack of flame 2 on them, and it was really inconsistent with getting that second stack. It barely happened. So yeah, I think that a lot of these changes are a lot of nothing. The most significant ones are the Adam nerf and the changes to Megami, which I'll be making their own videos on, going over those, and Sungjin Woo. Sungjin Woo did get a very big buff, but outside of those three, the rest are a bunch of nothing burgers, so you don't have to worry about the gameplay changes at all. So now, what is the Valentine's event? Why is it an issue? So basically, you guys can see I've already ran 1.7 thousand waves, and I've gotten 3 LRs. I was lucky enough that there were 3 different LRs that I didn't get any dupes, but it takes on average about 3 hours to hit LR pity, which is about 800 waves on average. And the reason for that is just the drop rate on chocolates is entirely way too low. But you guys can see here, there's some really good skins here. I have the Toto one on, the Toto cosmetic. You can see Takata-chan behind me. It's really funny. I really like it a lot. I do like a lot of these skins. These skins are really good. Some of them. I like this idol skin too. I was also lucky enough to get this idol skin. I've been generally speaking pretty lucky in terms of actually getting stuff to a point where, like I said, I'm only missing Aizen and Blood Queen. Chica is right here as a secret rare unit. I'm going to make a video on her as well. I'm gonna let you guys know this right now. She's not worth the grind. She isn't. She's going to conflict with a bunch of units already on love pressure. She's basically starts out love and then halfway through gets crit and then ends on art. She starts out charm, halfway through gets crit, and then ends on love. The reason that's not good is because she either is conflicting with DFL, or she's competing against Yuta, or she's just a useless love by the time she can come out, because she starts out full AoE charm, but ends on a circle love, which isn't very good, because you have Rias, who's a very cheap full AoE charm and also our full AoE love, and starts on love, and then that means she's conflicting with DFL. I don't think she's all that. If you're trying to grind just to get a strong unit and you think Chica's really good, I don't think she's all that. But it is Chica. I do want her a lot because Chica's just a cool character. So I am going to be grinding the event to get her. So now, why do I say do not grind the event? Let me show you. In order to do that, I have to do a run. One, the stage is painful. It's a Metal Rush stage. Essentially, you're going to be bringing a Metal Rush team in. Let me go ahead because I'm going to be running solo. Swap out Shanks for Flower Magician. We're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to Legend Stage. And you guys can see they also took out Crossover City. No more macros. Macro users get absolutely rolled. Geniuses. But anyways, I forgot to show you guys the drop rate. So, if you go here, you go click this, you can see there's a 20% drop rate on chocolates. It's bad. It's really bad. So, one multi is 9 chocolates. Keep that in mind as we run through this. I do believe it needs to buff up to be somewhere around a 60% drop rate, because right now, on average, I would say I'm getting around 3 to 5 a run, which would make it, if you triple it, it would be 12 to 15 a run, which is 4 to 5 multi, which I believe is more reasonable than right now where you're getting like half a multi. So I think somewhere around a 60% drop rate would be more ideal than what currently is, and it would cut the grind to about 1 hour per guaranteed LR, which I think is a lot more reasonable, other than 3 hours per LR. So let's go ahead, let's start this. Let's pop this firecracker. You guys can see we're going to go ahead and start immediately with a love setup, because like I said, this is basically Metal Rush. The only difference in it being there is a Super Boss. Super Boss Uta flies around and just heals the enemies as well as stuns your units. Not very fun. Oh, also massive UI change. I almost forgot about it because I've generally gotten pretty used to it. All in all, this is a pretty W update in my opinion. I do like the update. However, please buff the rates of the chocolate drops. It's so painful. I spent so long. I spent so many hours just to show people how bad it is, right? I spent 6 hours just to show people how bad the actual drop rate is, how it's going to be awful to grind, and it's not very fun. Yeah, you guys can only imagine the amount of pain I went through. I do it for you guys. I do it all for you guys, just so people can see exactly how awful the drop rates are. So hopefully the devs do in fact buff it. But now you guys can see we're going ahead and doing that. You can see the Ado. She's 15 bill. I could probably actually kill that solo if I actually tried. I might do that. I might try to kill her solo. I might try to come up with a strat for that. 15 billion does not seem too egregious. But here we're going ahead. We are upgrading our Crimson Waifus. We're upgrading our Riases. Getting Rias upgraded, that way we have access to all that good damage. And look, we got stunned, so one got by. Hopefully it doesn't kill us. Probably will. If it happens, it happens. We gonna die? Yep, there it is. So this is what I mean. This stage is annoying. You can see I got 2 drops in that short time frame. It sucks to suck, I guess, because like I said, she's going to jump around. She's going to stun your units constantly. It's very painful dealing with this stage. It's not fun. I really hope that they do increase the chocolate drops so I don't have to be on the stage as much. There's also the fact that basically, like I said, I normally, on a normal run, I survive 35 to 40 waves. In that space, and I normally get 3 to 5 chocolate drops a run. There's been times where I think the most I've gotten was 8 in one run, which was cool, but at the same time, I shouldn't be cheering the fact that I got less than a multi in a single run, whereas in Christmas and Halloween, I was able to get 3 to 4 multis every single run, whereas in here, it was definitely not that. So here, we're going to spread out our units a little bit more so I don't get stunned up by Uta, because I forgot I'm playing by myself now, so I got to play a little bit differently. So we're going to try this one more time, and hopefully not fumble the bag again. So yeah, this is the secret skin, by the way. It has its own cosmetic and everything. The cosmetic's pretty dope. I probably will showcase that at a different date. Yeah, you can't place it there. I was just seeing if I can be a little wacky with my placement. Let's do this. Upgrade you. And then we're going to go ahead and get this final upgrade. And now we're going to feed, buy more. Upgrade this all the way up to line. Come here, upgrade this to full AoE, and we're going to try to spread them out so they don't get all just giga stunned out the wazoo. So, because whenever Uta stuns your units, she stuns in a grouping, and it's kind of wacky how like good she stuns essentially, right? Because it's a very, very long stun whenever you do get stunned by her. It's very annoying. You can see we're just kind of maxing out our utility first. Simply because you're going to need a lot of charm to be able to actually push this. We're going to go ahead and do this now. Alright, and then we do this. And if you guys are curious on how you just need to run a Metal Rush team, I'll probably make another more dedicated video to farming this. But you just need a Metal Rush team. I'm just trying to show you guys how bad this grind is right now. And you guys can see the Adam nerfs. The Adam nerf now, he gets this at upgrade 9, but I'm going to be honest, it doesn't really change anything, at least for me personally. I still think Adam's really good. I still use him in almost all my teams. Yuta got nerfed as well. I forgot to put that on the beginning. Yeah, Yuta doesn't get Rika until upgrade 4 anymore, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Yuta starts getting him, or Yuta starts getting her. That's actually a really significant nerf. I almost forgot to mention that. That's a very, very big nerf. That's going to screw over a lot of people in Abyss, which was the point. Spiritual sensitivity is a one-size-fits-all team. That kind of team does not belong in this game, so I'm actually glad to see these nerfs. I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that, but I don't care. You can hate me all you want. The team needed to get nerfed, and I think the only thing left to look at is Grimmy. I think Grimmy being able to get hybrid very early, it's kind of scary, but I do think I don't want to rip away all the tools from the team. Let's see how the team settles. With Yuta first being losing his hybrid, super early hybrid status. Let's see how the team settles first and then go from there. So next up, we're going to do Merlin. Merlin here. We're going to do Merlin here. And hopefully this lets our idol reach that. And then we're going to do one more Merlin over here. So now we're kind of just chilling with a lot of money, and we're going to double upgrade this, get him to 1.06 mil. You guys can see the nerf makes it so he can't, like, he's still not on this lead. Like, Adam's not on the lead at all, but he's still incredibly powerful. Because we're running solo, we're probably going to copy Love early. You guys will get to see the amount of damage Adam can dish out, but you can see we're on wave 31 right now, and I think we're going to have to go ahead and just let it rip. Are we, though? I think Adam is taking care of business right now while Yuta still stacks up. Yuta's almost max stacked out. I might just go ahead and let it rip with Yuta. And let Yuta go ahead and start doing this. Yeah. Yeah, I do think SS, like, deserve the nerfs. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's important to kind of see where the nerf with Yuta leaves them. And see exactly how good they are now in clearing in Abyss. Once Abyss resets, to see if they fix the one-size-fits-all issue with spiritual sensitivity, to see if people are basically, you know, actually having to play the game now, essentially. Hopefully that's the case. Hopefully people are, in fact, you know, having to actually play the game. That'll be kind of dope, that people aren't able to just, you know, say haha funny and then just blast everything. So, you can see we're about to die. Wave 38, perfect. This will showcase exactly what's wrong with this. And we get 4 chocolates. Which means, considering the 2 we got before, the 4 we got now, we literally are not able to do a single multi yet, out of 2 runs. Do you see the issue with this event yet? So I'm gonna let it time out, and I'm gonna show you guys how you're gonna get 90% of your chocolates. Hopefully I did the mission requirement. Well, not 90%. I'd say probably you get half from actually running the stage, and then another half from actually the quest itself. This is probably gonna be where you get the other half of your chocolates, is just the quest itself, because yeah, this is how you're going to do multis. So we're gonna go ahead and skip. We're going to go quest. Hopefully I did enough to actually claim it. There's been times where I'll do like 1-2 stages and I won't have cleared 50 waves somehow. So hopefully I cleared 50 waves. I can claim this quest and show you guys exactly how you're going to do this. See, yeah, you're going to claim this, and this is where you're going to get 99%. Well, not 90, like I said, it's about 50% half. And now whenever you do this, you always want to do the multi because you get a discounted multi. You save up to 9, skip, and this is what 90% of your multis are going to look like. They're going to be absolute. You're going to spend what, like 20 minutes running 2 stages to go ahead and get absolutely nothing. They need the buff chocolates. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't recommend running this event until they buff it. Hopefully they buff it. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.